Hi, my name is Carl Osor and I will be discussing Mac OS X Snow Leopard version 10.6. It is the 7th major release of Mac OS X, now named Mac OS, Apple desktop and server operating system for Macintosh. The Macintosh, mainly Mac since 1998, is a family of personal computers designed, manufactured, and sold by Apple Incorporated since January 1984. Snow Leopard was quickly unveiled on June 8, 2009 at the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference. On August 28, 2009, it was released worldwide and was made available for purchase from Apple's website and its retail stores at the price of $29 for a single user license. As a result of the low price, initial sales of Snow Leopard were significantly higher than that of its predecessors. The release of Snow Leopard came nearly 2 years after the introduction of Mac OS X Snow Leopard, the second longest time span between successive Mac OS X releases. There are 7 features in Mac OS X Snow Leopard. Number 1. Active6 and Exchange 2007 support. Following in the footsteps of the iPhone, Snow Leopard makes these Microsoft technologies native to the operating system. That means Apple's emails, calendar, and contacts apps work just peachy with Exchange 2007 server, giving users the same capabilities as the Microsoft Entourage but with a better design. Less memory-intensive apps, Mail, iCal, and Address Book included in Operating System X, OS X. Number 2. Exposed integration in the dock. The Mac OS X dock makes it easy to access applications, open documents, and common folders. A concept Windows 7 is stealing in its retooled taskbar. Open documents are even more easily accessible in Snow Leopard. Because of its integration of Expose, now when you click and hold an app icon in the dock, you get preview windows for each of its open documents, allowing you to switch easily among them or to close them all without having a clutter your screen to close them. All windows having a clutter your screen with documents windows. I never cared much for Expose in this tradition rule, providing hot corner and shortcuts to open application windows. But I love the dock integrated Expose functionality that Snow Leopard adds. Number 3. Automatic location detection. When you travel, it's easy to get mixed up as to when your appointments are, since your computer is still in your home time zone and you have to mentally calculate the current time when looking at the calendar or clock. Sure, you can change the time zone in the date and time system preference, but it's easy to forget, so Snow Leopard changes the time zone for you automatically if you set that as the default behavior. Using Wi-Fi mapping to figure out where you are, you will need to be connected to a Wi-Fi access point or router. iCal can also be set to adjust the times to the current time zone automatically, so your calendar always reflects the current time. Number 4. A new preview is more likely Adobe Reader. I have nothing against Adobe Reader, but I love that Preview now can open multiple PDF documents, display their contents as contact sheets, and show thumbnails of pages in sidebar for easy navigation. In other words, it works a lot like Adobe Reader. That's one pure app to launch. And since Preview loads much faster than Reader, I can get to my PDFs content much faster now. Number 5. movie and screencast recording, Snow Leopard takes the former $35 QuickTime Pro and makes it a standard pre-app in Mac OS X. That means you can record movies and great for many marketing, education, and web professional screencasts from the Mac with no additional software. Number 6. System-wide automatic text replacement. Automatic text substitution as you type is nothing new. Microsoft Word has had it for more than a decade. But Snow Leopard lets you specify such substitutions via the keyboard system preference, so you have a common set of substitutions available to all applications. Right now, only TextEdit, Mail, and various Apple apps use this common auto-text service. But if other software developers adopt it, you may finally get all your text-oriented apps to autocorrect the same way. Number 7. No more gesture segregation. I have a late 2006 model MacBook Pro at home, and it's frustrating that its gesture-capable trackpad supports only the first generation of touch gesture 1 and 2 finger moves, not the second generation 3 and 4 finger option. Snow Leopard fixed that, so gesture-capable trackpads now support all gesture, no matter what Mac model you have. Of course, your Mac has to have a gesture-capable trackpad, so models before 2006 aren't helped out by this update. That's all. Thank you.